It measures critical areas that are not covered by standardized testing. It measures the outstanding faculty credentials that we have here in Shaker Heights City Schools, our college preparedness, where our students are admitted for colleges and universities or into colleges and universities, the number of AP and Merit Scholars, accolades at the national exams, as well as different contests that our students are a part of, our top-notch fine and performing arts program, and our strong fiscal stewardship. We also conducted a climate survey, and we provided feedback from our students as well as our parents who are here in Shaker Heights City Schools. We reported on the strategic vision for our schools and where we are meeting those specific goals that we outlined for ourselves. Our current areas of focus, such as implementing the IB across all grade levels, was another area of focus for us in regards to measuring what matters, as well as the community support and the involvement, which is a huge asset in our success. And a part of the process, we drew upon community-wide engagement surveys that were conducted 3 years ago called Imagine Shaker. And more than 900 residents, staff members, students, they completed in-depth surveys and they conducted interviews about what they valued in the Shaker school experience. And we wanted to know the community's vision for our schools and what they truly valued. And what we learned from many of our Shaker residents is that they care about, where our students go to college, and they care about our fine and performing arts programs and our extracurricular activities, as well as student engagement and our parent involvement, and the fact that we really need expert teachers in every classroom, that test scores, that they don't make the cut. That's not the sole perspective or the sole asset that matters in regards to our achievement as a district. And we wanted to convey the quality that did not depend on a single test or a single day. I think that our Shaker residents, they care about measuring what matters most to the residents and not just what matters to the State Department of Education. And some of the information that we used, we gathered information from a wide variety of sources. We spoke with guidance counselors. We met with our finance department. We used our climate surveys. And most of our data had already been shared in some format. However, many people said that they learned a lot that was new to them in regards to measuring what matters. And in conclusion, I think that despite our extensive communication program, we have lost something in transition to more electronic media. Strategically, we used print, and we directly mailed this information out to all of our families. And we know that our residents, that they understand that test scores are only part of the picture, and it does not define who we are as a district and our success. I think that some of the most important findings in measuring what matters is that we're making progress in serving students who struggle. These are our African American students, our students who are economically disadvantaged, our students with disabilities, that we've shown gains in their reading and math scores. And some of this was not reflected in the actual report card grade, but we were able to demonstrate that in measuring what matters. Shaker students, they outperform the national average on both the ACT and the SAT. And we found that we had the second highest average SAT score in the state of Ohio and the highest in Cuyahoga County. We have an excellent retention once at college. Our students, they tend to stay there. And this is information parents and residents told us that they like to know. Our climate surveys revealed that parents feel very welcome in our schools, that they feel their children are being challenged here in Shaker Heights, and parents are highly engaged with parent-teacher conferences, performances, and events at their child's schools. And we also found that students reported they feel like they fit in, that their teachers respect them, that they are appropriately challenged in their classes, and that they get help when they need it, and that they can't get this kind of feedback from the state report card. So we think that these findings were pretty significant, and they outlined the things other than our state report card grades. Well, Measuring What Matters was mailed home to every resident in Shaker Heights in the Shaker Heights City School District, and it was given to all of our teachers, all of our staff members. It's available at all of our schools. It's handed out at the administration building when we have new visitors and new families. It's a part of our information packet for our incoming families. We recently provided a breakfast for real estate agents in the area, so we give all of our realtors in our community a copy of Measuring What Matters, just to provide them with an overview of the things that matter the most here in Shaker Heights and why we are Shaker. And then we also provide Measuring What Matters at our alumni events. And it's been well received across the board, not only from our alumni and our current students and our current families, but from our community. And it gives everyone a quick overview, very detailed overview of how we're able to serve every student that enters Shaker Heights City Schools, and how we're not focusing solely on providing tests or teaching to the tests in Shaker schools, that we are looking at the holistic approach to education, and we're ensuring that every student, regardless of their circumstance, receives a high-quality Shaker experience. And that includes formal education as well as informal education, and those are the things that happen outside of the classroom, such as our international travel and the extracurricular activities that we provide our young people here in Shaker Heights.